name is Tueruri Alexander Muchoi, registration number C01/0174/2015. Challenges and prospects of Africa. I'll begin with the challenges. First, Africa is faced with the challenge of autonomy, whereby Africans are not autonomous. Africa is not autonomous. This is caused by the fact that Africa is not self-sustaining. We still rely on our colonial masters to fund our budget and various projects that are undertaken in Africa. Like for example, France has had a lot of influence in West Africa or in its former colonies. Like they have influenced through military interventions and ensured that leaders who are pro-France remain in power. They have also ensured that in Niger, a person who is pro-France has become the president through military intervention. This has caused a lot of conflict in the same state, and this has led to refugee problems and cross-border problems, causing a lot of problems in the neighboring states. The second point is conflict and terrorism. Africa is termed as the incubator for all the worst nightmares, like ethnic conflicts and terrorism. This has led to, like for example, South Sudan, Nigeria, and Somalia that is faced by the problem of Al-Shabaab. The conflict in South Sudan has led to opportunistic interventions, like Uganda was funding SPLA to ensure that war keeps on going in South Sudan. There's also been protective interventions where countries like Kenya, sent a plane in South Sudan to ensure that its citizens are airlifted back to the country to ensure their safety. The conflict have led to migration of people seeking refuge in the neighboring countries, leading to problems in the camps, in the refugee camps, and cross-border problems. The third challenge is new scramble for Africa. This is where East and Western countries are flocking back to Africa to ensure that they get a share of the African cake. They have come to ensure that the economies are growing at the expense of the African economies, and they are not creating any opportunities for the youth. This has led to idleness and radicalization of the youth, leading to the rise of extremist groups that are meant to counter the effect of the new scramble. On to the prospects. The future of Africa is luminous, but in my view, there are a number of things that have to be implemented. First, Africa should construct industries in various parts of the state in Africa to ensure that all the African states come together to fund the project so that they can process their primary goods and add value to increase the prices, thereby bettering the living status of the people. This will also create jobs for the youth and ensure that they will reduce idleness and help to reduce radicalization and help in the fight against drugs. The second is that we should embrace African unionism to ensure that we support AU to give us a bargaining power in the international market that will enable us to sell our goods and ensure that our policies are respected and give back autonomy, which will lead to a peaceful and harmonious living in Africa. The third prospect is the security and peace structure or architecture should be implemented and made effective to ensure that we have a peaceful ways of resolving the conflict in Africa. Thank you.